meet Kaila, up-and-coming Toronto singer, songwriter, musician, and the list goes on. And we are here at Teatro on College and Palmerston. Kaila, you're originally from Montreal, so what brought you to Toronto?
I studied jazz in Montreal, and Montreal's great for jazz and French music, but I heard that Toronto was where it was at when it came to pop and English music. So I packed up in my little Subaru. I packed up all my stuff. My friends and my family thought I was insane. I said, guys, I'm going to Toronto. I'm going to do this. This is going to happen. I slept in someone's basement for a few months, 6 weeks out. And then I found an apartment on Craigslist, and honestly, it's been amazing for my career.
So you're a singer, and so how long have you been a singer, and how did you get started?
Funny story. I was actually in 3, and we were going to Nova Scotia, and my grandfather turned around and heard me singing Puff Magic Dragon. He said, Kaila, can you sing that again? I said, okay, yeah, no problem. And he said, you have such gorgeous vibrato. He's like, I'm going to help you sing. And he was a barbershop singer, so he trained me up until he passed away, and he was my first vocal coach.
Wait, can you do the barbershop thing now?
Well, that's a lot of harmonies, but yes, I've studied it, so I can do it. And he's actually on my tattoo, so it all kind of ties in. Music is really, really important. It's everything I know.
So tell us a little bit more about your music now. You write your own music, and what's the process? What's the process you go through?
Well, it involves a glass of wine.
Yeah.
No, you know what they teach you in school when it comes to songwriting?
Don't do this at home, kids.
They say to wake up in the morning and write a song, and before you go to sleep, write a song, or write as much as you're feeling. And I just, wherever I am, if I feel something, I either record it on my phone, regardless if it looks crazy or not, or I write it down, or I write it down in a notepad, and I'm constantly going around the house and humming little melodies. Sometimes they're amazing, sometimes they're horrible, but at least, you know, if you do it,
every little bit counts.
Yeah, and then I just sit down, and then it's the hard part with the wine. You sit down, you construct the song, which does take a lot of time. You do the chords, and then you build the melody and the lyrics.
So how would you categorize your music? I know I listen to your tracks, Criminal and The Unknown. The Unknown is probably my fave and super catchy, and I love it. Was listening to it, dancing in my room to it this morning. Not lying. Artists love something like that. But how would you categorize it, and which side is your music going to go? One's a little more poppy, one's a little more soulful, funky. Tell me about that.
Well, when it comes to categorizing your music, that's one of the hardest things to ask an artist, because what you think your music sounds like, you know, to other people's ears, it's completely different. I like to think the vibe I'm going towards is like a female Jamiroquai. It's mixed up, it's like blues meets pop. It brings that musicality to it, but still, you can play it on the radio. I want it to be top 10.
Cool. So would you consider it block?
Ooh, I've never said
It's a mashup.
That's what I do. Block.
Do you hear that? But when you're performing up on stage and your lights, what's the dealio? What does it look like? Is it you and a piano? Is it you and a guitar? You and a kazoo? What do we expect from you on stage?
Well, I'm all about my stage performance. In CMW, I went to this amazing showcase, and Tom Jackson presents the stage performance. And it's so true. Artists go out every day, and they spend so much time on making amazing music and so much money on their music, and then they forget about their live show. But really, that's why fans come out, to see you do it live. And so I spend a lot of time every day constructing the ideal experience. It's not just a show, I want everyone to feel what I'm feeling. It's a journey from start to end. And so I need 8 people, plus myself, that makes 9, to have my real experience come to life. So there's myself, backup singers, horn section, then you have the keys player, the drums, the bassist, the guitarist, and we're one big family. I wouldn't go anywhere without them. I love them to death, and you'll see there's a teaser video coming up. You can catch it on YouTube in a few weeks before my performance, and you can see that we're just all quirky and we're a big family.
Just jamming out on stage, rocking your socks off. Oh, I like to hear. Who's your biggest musical influence?
So anyone that's known me growing up would know right away, Michael Jackson, hands down. I know every single lyric to every single song, and I'd like to say I know every dance move, but I'm not half as good of a dancer as I hear you are. I haven't seen you in action.
Pretty good.
Yeah, no, he's amazing, but apart from him, I've been really, really into Beth Hart, who's very blues, and I've also been into Asteroid Galaxy Tour, who is pop and dance and techno. It's a really cool vibe. So those are the 2 bands I'm really
So if you could pick anybody in the world, anybody at all, who would you want to collaborate with the most? Collab, as I like to call it.
Okay, it's gonna sound cliche because there's that new song, that new show, sorry, The Voice. But even before the show came out, CeeLo Green, I love him. I think he's such a genius, and I would die to be able to get into the studio and write a song with him.
That's a really interesting choice. Well, you've seen him on stage. He's fantastic.
Absolutely, he's amazing on stage. That song "Crazy." When I heard that, I was like, "There's nothing wrong with the song. It's genius," and I would love to work with him.
Did you hear that, CeeLo? So, question for the music bigwigs out there: are you signed?
No, I'm not currently signed. Nowadays, signing is a very tricky thing. I'm definitely looking. I just haven't had the right offer yet.
So, did you hear that?
If you're out there, I'm open.
So when you're not writing your music, performing your music, working on your music, which is probably every minute of every hour of every day, what do you like to do for funsies?
I like to walk around and just soak in life. So I like to walk around the streets with pen and paper and kind of, write about what I see. I really like going into random wine bars and having a glass of wine and just kind of really soaking up everything around it. I like to walk into a place like this, Teatro. It's a great little wine bar. You should come check it out. They've been gracious enough to let us come and do the interview here, which is great.
They're really fantastic.
Yeah. I also like to run. I like to eat a lot of food. And I like to have dance parties,
That's what I like to hear. What kind of dance parties do you like? I know I love having the impromptu, we're in the middle of something, let's just start a dance party, but it just happens.
I love people like you. That's amazing because I don't have enough friends to do that. I do the kind of dance parties that are in the basement on the couch with, my best friend and I. We just kind of go wild on the couch with no one to observe, which is probably best.
Okay, all right, a phantom dance party. I love nail polish. Like right now I'm wearing Sunkissed on the palest person ever from Sally Hansen, the Extreme Nails. Do you love nail polish? What kind of colors do you like wearing?
You know what? I don't know what brand I'm wearing. I've been doing the odd fingers out kind of thing.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
I like different. That's why I really like the orange because it's not, you don't see it every day. So,
yeah, I try to keep it bright. Right now, Kaila is wearing
funky.
like a little mauvey metallic, and then she has a black on the odd finger.
I'd be a badass.
Yeah, she's a badass. I'm trying to be tan, and I'm not. But it's a pretty color. What is on your iPod right now? What was the last song that you listened to?
Major by Asteroid Galaxy Tour. You've got to download that song. It pumps you up. If you're in a bad mood, put it on. You'll be the happiest person ever after.
More importantly, can you dance party to it?
Absolutely.
Actually,
more discussion.
So being in the 21st century and all, where can we find you online?
Everywhere. I put myself on every single website.
Okay.
The major ones, you're on Facebook, Kaila Music. You can find me there. You can find me on Tumblr, the one Kaila. You can find me on MySpace, Kaila Picard. Google search me, Kaila, and my last name Picard. That's what shows up right now. Tweet me.
She's in the Twitter sphere. So what's your handle?
It's the one Kaila.
You got that? I'll write it down on the bottom of the screen if I can figure it out. So Kaila, I want to thank you for coming in and talking with me, hanging out, having a glass of wine, and thank you Teatro on College at Palmerston for letting us do this little shindig here. And don't forget to follow me at rantsofaredhead.com, my blog, as well as on Twitter at AimCook, AIMCOOK. And thanks for stopping by. We're going to have some drinks.
So catch me when I fall into the